There's just something magical about the night sky.
Janine Holowachuk spends hours in her car chasing and waiting for the northern lights and other wonders of the night sky.
Every time I can watch a huge storm exploding, I just can't even believe it. And I just could be in the middle of nowhere all by myself, just screaming, all excited at the sky.
Holowachuk says Saskatchewan is the perfect place to capture the lights because we can even see them in the summertime.
It's really special, actually, because it's a very small section of the world that can see the northern lights in the summer.
The photographer has watched the sky for years, and she's noticed some concerning changes.
When I first started photography, I would see, a couple satellites in my photos throughout the night. Now, 8 years later, I'll see at least a dozen satellites in 1 6-second exposure.
Holowachuk says the night sky deserves protection. Astronomer Samantha Lawler is also calling for action.
There's so much traditional knowledge from cultures around the world that's wrapped up in watching the constellations. And suddenly there's this human-made influence that's changing the way that looks for everybody in the world.
She says if companies follow through on their launch plans, it won't be long before there are more than 10 times as many satellites in orbit. And Saskatchewan would be a place where the satellite traffic is most visible.
So at the worst, when you look up at the sky, you could see 1 out of 15 points that you can see with your eyes are actually moving, right? So that's really horrifying to me. That's where we're headed if satellite companies don't make it more of a priority to make their satellites fainter and to use fewer of them.
Lawler says incentives and regulations are needed, but she also wants people to push for change. Through her photography, Holowachuk has been raising awareness about what's at stake. She's also encouraging people to appreciate the sky now before it becomes more crowded. Kendall Latimer, CBC News, Hudson Bay.